Loktarogar. Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, everyone's favorite orc warrior, and I have another orc mode workout for you guys. And today, did a slight little volume bump again, because again, that's going to be the name of the game. You know, training volume is what induces hypertrophy, and as long as I can recover from adding more volume, which I'm going to keep slowly adding in, while I lose weight, I might as well do it, because one, it's going to burn more calories, two, stimulates more muscle growth, which again, in a caloric deficit, will help preserve muscle better. And I'm eating a ton of protein now. Again, I'm trying to just force down as much protein as I can, which seems to be working as far as the scale weight coming down and me still being able to recover from my training sessions. I probably had about 400 grams of protein yesterday, and I stepped on the scale at 227.4 today, which is over a 1 pound swoosh. I'll take it. I mean, quite frankly, that's, considering it was 228.8 a week ago, and then I went back up to 230 point something for my DEXA scan on Friday, which I was not happy about. The fact that I'm 1.4 pounds lighter than a week ago, and considering I might keep swooshing at this point, because again, it went up and then went down, so it may go ahead and continue to go down. It's gone down every day for the past 3 days. We'll see what the scale does, but I know that if I'm consistently losing weight, I know that if I'm losing more than a pound every week on the same day, stepping on the scale each week, and I'm keeping my training volume high, and I'm keeping my calories in check and my protein high, I know I'm losing body fat. So I'm just going to keep going with what's working. I might as well. And this is stuff that, you know, again, I've just got to accept. I've got to accept, like I said earlier, I'm one of those people who's an easy gainer. I gain fat easy. There's no debate about that. I don't think any person out there who watches me or who is critical of me will argue with that fact. Can we just state that as an unequivocal fact that Jason Blaha gains fat pretty easily, right? If that isn't a true statement, I don't know what is. I have no trouble gaining fat. I can do that easy as can be, because I have no trouble eating a lot of food. So, again, I've just got to keep my protein really, really high. And I've got to keep slowly working up the training volume. Now, I'm obviously not doing ultra high volume training like a lot of people would think with true bodybuilders. And the reason for that being, that's what you do when you're a fake natty. I'm not going to lie. If I was blasting a bunch of tren, I might add another 10 sets every day. I mean, why not? Why wouldn't I? You know, use enough stuff, your body will recover from it, and it'll just produce a better anabolic response. You'll just recomp, right? These guys who grow into a show, yeah. But I don't have that luxury, guys. I'm just doing TRT. And I'm talking legit normal range TRT. And at 41, I do have to be careful of my total volume. But I do feel like right now, having experimented with this so far, I actually don't feel lethargic. I don't feel under-recovered with what I'm doing. So I feel like at this point, with my total caloric intake, even with a calorie deficit, I feel like I am not at my maximum recoverable volume. So I feel like I can tinker with it a bit. I feel like I can add more. All right, I mean, just objectively, being completely objective and honest, I can probably handle more volume than I'm doing now. Like, so today I added an extra set of back off sets on squats. I did my single, and then I did 3 sets of 5 instead of the 2 sets of 5 I did yesterday. I feel like this is within my recovery ability, considering I'm using pretty light weights for those. This is within my recovery ability, so I'll keep doing it. And stuff like basically the pull-ups and the dips, things like that, I feel like I just need to slowly add volume as I'm able to, along with the squats. You know, and that's going to get to a point to where I'm doing a lot of sets and reps of those every week as far as weekly volume, because people who occasionally chime into one of these don't realize this is everyday stuff. This isn't like, oh, what, this guy's lazy, he only did 3 sets of pull-ups. Yeah, every day. It's not like it's only something I do once a week. So people need to remember that. So from that perspective, the total weekly volume can be pretty high. And again, my nutrition compensate. I mean, people need to realize you don't burn that many calories during a weight training session like this. I'm not doing ultra high volume. I'm not doing 25 sets of 12 reps here. This is not high volume training. Even though my weekly volumes are pretty high overall, the individual days really aren't. There's a good afterburn effect. There's the fact that stimulating muscle growth while you're in a caloric deficit can use up more energy. In fact, even having more muscle. Not losing muscle actually spends more calories from your fat, doesn't it? Every pound of muscle that you burn off in a calorie deficit is less fat that you're losing also, isn't it, right? Not just from the change in metabolism, but the calories used up by your body using that muscle for fuel when it breaks it down. So realistically, everything you can do to stimulate muscle growth is, number one, going to burn a few calories on its own. Preserving the muscle, it's going to help you lose more fat through two different pathways. So you got to look at it from that perspective. It's not so much that you're burning that many calories during the lifting. It's the fact that you get some afterburn, the fact that you're creating an anabolic environment for the muscle tissue so that you're not burning it off and you're burning more body fat. That's the way to look at it. So there's always some wiggle room there. And I know that for me, because my training isn't really, really high volume by any definition, but I'm also not using the drugs that people would use for this, that I'd need to kind of find that middle ground there. And I know that right now, I think I can continue to keep adding in a little bit of volume. I think it's reasonable. So I'm going to kind of push it up slowly and assess it day by day as far as my recovery, my energy levels, my mood. And again, it's going to have to be something that I pay attention to over time. I have to pay attention over time. And so that's what I'm doing. A little bit here and there. Just keep adding a little bit. Progressive volume, form of progressive overload. On my back off set today, I hit the upright on the 4th rep, so the 5th rep got a little catawampus on me. I still locked it, but it was a little slow on the 5th rep. But I want to point out it was because I hit the upright on the 4th. And you guys know when you're benching and you hit one of the uprights, it just drains power. You waste a lot of energy in your set and in your reps when that happens. So it made that 5th rep pretty heavy. I haven't seen the footage yet. We'll see it right here the first time because I'm voicing over the first time I'm watching it through. Basically just recorded all of it and just loaded it right on the computer. And I'm just going through it in one go. So right there, did I hit it there? I think so. And yeah, that's where I hit it, was on that rep on the left side. So it made it a little hard on this 5th one, a little grindy, but we got it. And I had someone actually say, "Oh my God, I can't believe you're benching without a spotter." As if I haven't made videos on how to bail without a spotter. I've already made videos on that. Plus I got safeties, guys. And who's going to spot me? I guess my girlfriend. I don't, I train at home alone. Deadlifts today. I went up to just my next set with the hook grip, and I wasn't feeling hook grip today. It's not that the grip strength wasn't there. It's that I felt a little bit of extra discomfort in my thumb and thought, I won't push it today. I'll just do some extra double overhand afterwards. So I didn't even get to my heaviest hook grip set like I did yesterday. We'll catch it again tomorrow. As long as I'm just getting a lot of hook grip reps in every week, I think it'll be fine. Just to keep building up my thumbs to get used to it. But I'm going to have days where I'm not up to it. Like this, it just didn't feel right. I'm like, I'm just going to do double overhand with that same weight for a triple just to work on my grip. So that's what I did before I did my my pull-ups and dips. So yeah, just did a nice double overhand. And just so that people know, I'm leaving the dog in the room for some of this now. I'm making sure he's there free to run around. Plus, he gets really excited when I do pull-ups. I don't know why he loves it. It's hilarious. But, just so that people will see that obviously people are like, "Are you looping the pull-ups?" Yeah, guys, because doing 3 sets of 6 on dead hang pull-ups is such an impressive feat of strength that, I need to fake the footage, right? Because no one would ever believe that I can do 3 sets of 6 on the pull-ups. No human being's ever done that before. It's like, God damn. I'm sorry, guys. It's just some of the way people are. So he's free to run around so that, hopefully that'll show, because there's no calibrated plates or anything here, and we haven't calibrated my body weight. People might think I weigh less than I claim. Jason's really only 185 pounds. He lies about being over 200. He's really leaner than we think he is. Okay. But yeah, so he's free to run around, and people can see that he's doing different stuff in each one. So obviously I'm doing multiple different sets. It's not just the same one. I'm sorry, guys. You got to laugh at some of this stuff. You got to laugh at some of this stuff. You know, because I pretty much admitted earlier today this to what I actually have trolled about. But it's kind of funny because there's tons of stuff that I've actually been 100% honest about, that because of the other trolling stuff, people think I'm lying about. Because there's this whole group of people who think that everything I say is a lie, when the reality is there's tons of stuff that people think I'm lying about that I'm really not. And that's okay. At a certain point, I just don't care. You know, if people want to think that I've drilled my calibrated plates and all of this nonsense, I mean, that's your prerogative, guys. Knock yourself right out. Sure, okay, if that's what you believe. You want to believe I only weigh 185 pounds instead of 227? That's fine. And then I did dips. I stopped at 12. Really, it's because I've kind of bumped my head going up there. I needed to move that a notch lower. I started with the handles too high, making myself hit the thing. Didn't intend to. I'll do it lower next time. So see, I was scared almost to lock it out. I was scared of hitting my head on the pull-up bar again, like I did on the first one. So I only did 12. I'll try to get a little more tomorrow. I'll drop it a hair lower so that I get a better start, and we can do them right, and see if I can get more than 12 tomorrow. But I get a pretty good burn doing 12 after doing benching. So I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.